The gym storage door slammed shut with a deafening clang, the echo swallowed by the cluttered darkness.
Hey, who closed the door? This isn't funny. I still have equipment to pack.
Before he could reach it, a metallic click echoed from outside, the padlock snapping shut. Tsubasa lunged for the handle, but the door refused to budge, locked.
Let me out. This isn't a joke. If someone's pranking me, it's not funny.
Senpai, there's no need to shout. I just came to talk.
That voice, it's Mayu, the first year who's confessed to me 3 times. What is she doing here? Mayu, if that's you, open the door. This isn't the time for games.
We have all night, Senpai. I promise. It's just a little chat.
Tsubasa's heart slammed against his ribs. The sweet voice outside belonged to Mayu, his kouhai, who had confessed to him with unnerving persistence. But this wasn't a confession.
Mayu, this isn't funny. Open the door, or I swear I'll break it down.
You can't break it. I made sure of that. Please, just calm down and listen.
Tsubasa threw his shoulder into the door. It rattled, but the padlock held, solid.
Why are you doing this? I thought you were better than some yandere psycho.
Because you never listen to me otherwise. This is my last chance.
Last chance? What does that mean? She's really planned this out.
His strength ran out. He sank to the floor, back against the door, chest heaving.
It's almost 7 p.m., Senpai. The school will be dark soon. Just us.
Fine, you win, but I'm not going to pretend this is normal.
I know. Nothing about me has ever been normal. Let's start there, from the very beginning.
The very beginning? You locked me in here to give me a history lesson.
I have the key, Senpai. I'll let you out after you listen to everything. I promise.
And if I don't want your story, you'll just leave me in here forever?
A teacher is waiting outside. If I am not out in 15 minutes, they'll unlock the door. You are safe.
A teacher? So she's not alone. 15 minutes isn't long. Maybe if I just let her talk. Fine. 15 minutes. But if this is some twisted prank, I swear I'll report you.
It's not a prank. I just need you to understand. Please, can I begin?
Just start. I am not promising anything. I am only doing this to get out.
Through the door, the boy's shadow tensed. The hum of the overhead light filled the silence. Tsubasa exhaled slowly, bracing for whatever twisted confession was coming. He nodded to himself.
It started last spring at the track meet. A freshman stumbled into the hurdles. You were right there. You pulled him clear and checked for injuries. No one else moved. My heart stopped, then pounded so loud I couldn't hear the crowd. It never stopped.
That was nothing. Anyone would have done it.
No, they wouldn't. That's the point. You didn't even think. You just acted.
Why were you even there? You are not in any clubs.
My friend was in the relay, but after that moment, I only saw you.
A year. She's been fixated on that one moment for a year.
From then on, every time I saw you at school, you were that same person. Kind, reliable.
The story was simple, almost ordinary. But the way she spoke, it sounded like an origin myth. Tsubasa felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cold floor.
But loving you from a distance wasn't enough, so I confessed.
She had practiced for weeks, but the words came out in a trembling rush.
You were so kind when you refused. You bowed and said you couldn't return my feelings. That kindness tore me apart. If you had been cruel, maybe I could have moved on.
Did my attempt to be gentle just make her more obsessed?
So I confessed again and again, publicly, so I wouldn't be alone when you rejected me. The third time, I knew your answer, but I needed you to see how serious I was.
Tsubasa remembered those rejections. He had thought he was letting her down easy. Now they felt like a series of small cruelties.
Was I leading her on? Did my kindness just string her along for a year?
Outside, Mayu's voice trembled, but didn't break. She had rehearsed this misery.
But this! He gestured at the locked door, though she couldn't see. Normal people don't lock someone in a storage room.
Normal didn't work, Senpai. I tried normal 3 times, and each time you refused to see me.
So you thought imprisonment would be better? Are you insane?
A pause. Then Mayu's laugh, soft and hollow, echoed through the metal door.
I knew you'd say that, but I am not crazy. I am just out of options, and I didn't know what else to do.
Out of options? He had never seen this side of her. He had only seen the cheerful kouhai.
Every normal avenue you closed. This was the only way to make you stop and listen.
Tsubasa opened his mouth, but no argument came. The logic was twisted, but it was logic.
She really believed she had no other choice. That's terrifying, but he couldn't deny the sincerity in her voice.
Tsubasa fell silent. For the first time, he truly considered her words.
Do you know you hum before every race? That soft, tuneless sound when you are stretching.
She knows that. I didn't even realize I did that.
You tie your left shoe twice because the lace is shorter. You always check the hurdles yourself before practice.
All those early mornings on the track, she was there, watching.
I've sat through every practice this year, just to see those moments no one else notices.
No one else ever noticed those things. She paints me with a care I didn't know existed. Why me, Mayu? There are hundreds of other guys at this school.
Because it was you, the one who acted without thought, who apologized for not returning feelings. That kindness is rarer than you know.
Her hand tightened around the padlock, the key glinting under the dim hall light. The storage room felt smaller now, not from the walls, but from the sudden nearness of her attention.
I've asked myself that too. Why you? But my heart never gave me a choice. It just knew.
What if I said I'd listen forever? Would you unlock the door right now?
Mayu's breath hitched. The silence that followed made the gym storage feel like a void.
There is no teacher outside, Senpai. I made that up so you wouldn't be afraid. It was always just us. I trusted you not to hurt me, even after everything I've done.
Just her. No safety net. She gambled everything on me, not being the monster she feared.
The padlock in her hand shook. A muffled sob slipped through the door's crack.
If you want me gone forever, just say so. But I needed you to understand who I am.
He pressed his palm against the cold metal. Anger should have ignited, but instead he felt the immense weight of her faith.
The lock held. But the real barrier was no longer steel. It was the fragile space before his answer.
Then open it. I won't run.
The key turned in the lock. The padlock fell away with a dull, heavy clink. The door swung inward, and light from the hallway poured into the cluttered darkness, blinding.
I am sorry for everything. I won't bother you again, I promise. You can just forget I ever existed.
Tsubasa stepped through the doorway, the cool air a shock against his skin after the stale, confined room. He stood motionless in the hallway, his shadow stretching long and distorted down the floor.
Please, just go. I've said everything I needed to say.
She gave me every excuse to leave, so why can't I make my feet move?
They faced each other in the narrow corridor, the silence between them so thick it seemed to swallow sound.
You are free now, Senpai. There's nothing left to keep you here.
I haven't eaten since lunch. Are you hungry? There's a diner a few blocks from here.
What? I just locked you in a closet. Why would you want to eat with me?
Because you finally made me listen. Now I want to hear more. Just no locks this time.
Her grip on the padlock tightened, the metal still cold in her palm.
You don't have to do this. I know I scared you. You don't owe me anything.
I am not doing it out of obligation. I am curious. Isn't that what you wanted?
A fragile hope flickered in her eyes, the first light he had seen in them all night.
What am I doing? This is insane. But walking away feels worse.
Okay, Senpai. But if you regret this, you can leave anytime.
And so they walked out into the cool night air, the padlock dangling from her fingers like a strange key. Under the dim streetlights, their footsteps echoed on the empty sidewalk. Mayu walked a half-step behind, the padlock still clutched in her hand like a lifeline. The diner's neon sign buzzed softly, a warm glow spilling onto the pavement. He held the door open for her. He chose a corner booth. They slid into the vinyl seats in awkward silence, the weight of everything still pressing between them.
2 pancakes and 2 coffees, please, and maybe some water.
I was so scared you'd hate me. That after all this, you'd look at me like I was a monster.
I don't hate you. I don't understand any of this yet, but I don't hate you.
Steam rose from the coffee cups. The silence that followed no longer felt hostile, just a space they were learning to share.
I still don't know why I am here, but for the first time tonight, I am not scared.
Why didn't you just leave? Anyone else would have run? Why are you still here?
Because you were honest. Brutally, terrifyingly honest. And I wanted to understand.
The syrup arrived with the pancakes, and Mayu picked up her fork with a kind of careful precision, as if still expecting a trapdoor to open.
I promise I didn't tamper with the food. Though I suppose that's what a poisoner would say.
He blinked. Then a surprised laugh escaped. Did you just joke about all this?
I told you, I am self-aware. You can laugh. I won't lock you in again.
He took a bite, and for the first time that night, his shoulders dropped from their rigid height.
I've been so stressed about college entrance exams, I forgot what a normal conversation felt like. What do you do for fun?
I watch old movies. Black and white ones, mostly. There's a late-night channel that runs them.
No way! My dad's a classic film fan. I grew up on Kurosawa and Ozu.
For a moment, the padlock on the table looked less like a threat and more like an odd centerpiece.
Then you'll need to stay focused, Senpai. I am rooting for you, even if my methods are unconventional.
The bell over the diner door chimed as they stepped back into the cool night, the warmth of the meal still lingering between them.
We should do this again. Same time next week. Maybe without the,
What? You want to see me again? After everything I did?
Weirdly, yes, it's not every day someone goes to such lengths just to talk to me. Call it curiosity.
Her fingers, still cold from the night, uncurled from the padlock, she held it out to him in open palms.
Here, keep it. So you remember I am not all bad, and so you don't forget this night.
I won't forget. He took it. The metal's still warm from her grip. I promise.
They parted at the corner, two shadows stretching in opposite directions, but the strange weight in his pocket kept a tether between them. Tsubasa looked down at the padlock in his palm. A strange weight, but not unwelcome. He almost smiled, and so the lock that had once imprisoned him became something else entirely. A key to a door he hadn't known was closed. The weeks that followed stitched a quiet pattern. Diner dates, walks home, old movies dissected over shared earphones. At graduation, spring sun slanted through the gymnasium windows. Tsubasa scanned the crowd, and there she was.
For your college bag, I polished it, so you can carry a reminder that some locked doors lead somewhere good.
A keychain from a padlock. Most people would find that weird. I think it's perfect.
Autumn painted the college campus in rust and gold. Tsubasa's dorm room felt 10 times larger than it was. Nights were the worst. He'd lie on his bed and stare at the padlock keychain, now hanging from his desk lamp.
From a text message, the physics homework is still trying to kill me, but I dreamed about that diner again. Miss you.
I catch myself checking my phone every 5 minutes. Her messages are the only thing that make this room feel less empty.
The distance wasn't just kilometers. It was the sudden absence of a presence he had grown to rely on.
I think I might.
The message buzzed at 11 p.m. Just as exhaustion was about to pull him under. I understand if you are tired of me. I know I am a lot. Please don't force yourself.
This wasn't the usual flirty text. This was the girl who once locked herself out of his life.
He didn't pack a bag. Didn't change his shirt. He just ran. The night air stung his lungs, but all he could see was her against the gym storage door, alone. The last train to her town left in 12 minutes. He bought a ticket with shaking hands.
I should have called. If I lose her now, because I was too slow to understand.
In her room, the phone lay silent on the desk. She hadn't expected an answer. He clutched the padlock keychain in his pocket, its edges pressing a pattern into his palm. By the time the train lurched forward, he knew. This was no longer curiosity. He found her exactly where he knew she'd be, crouched against the gym storage door, the same place where it all began. Tsubasa approached, breath ragged, and knelt in front of her. He didn't say anything at first.
You shouldn't have come. You deserve someone normal, not someone who locks you in closets.
He pulled the padlock keychain from his pocket, holding it between them. I kept this, not out of guilt, because it's you.
She stared at the keychain, then at him. Her voice cracked. Why?
Because I love you, not the idea of you, not the girl who locked me in, just you.
She broke then, not like before, with careful restraint, but completely, a dam collapsing. He pulled her into his arms, the padlock pressed between them, cold metal against both their hearts.
I love you too. I've left you for so long. It felt like a sickness, but you are here. You came.
He didn't let go. The gym's storage door stood silent behind them, no longer a cell but a monument. That spring, Mayu's acceptance letter pinned to the fridge. They packed her childhood into cardboard boxes. The new apartment smelled of fresh paint and possibility. They painted the walls together, laughing. The first thing they hung by the door was the padlock keychain, its brass now polished to a gentle gleam.
Home now officially has the weirdest keychain in the world.
It's not weird. It's the key to this whole story. Without it, we never would have talked.
Their life together became a rhythm of small joys. Grocery runs, study sessions, lazy Sunday afternoons.
I never imagined this. A year ago, I was trapped in the dark. Now I am trapped in the light.
You are spacing out again. Do you regret moving in with a former kidnapper?
Best decision I ever made. Even if you still hide my keys sometimes.
She laughed, and the padlock shone on the wall like a promise, no longer a lock, but a monument to a door that had opened. 3 years after moving in, Tsubasa led Mayu back to the diner on a crisp autumn evening.
You are being mysterious tonight. Is this about my birthday? It's not for another month.
After the meal, he walked her toward the school. The gym storage door stood slightly ajar, a sliver of light escaping.
This is where it started, where you locked me up so I'd finally hear you.
Every time we come here, I still feel a little guilty, but it was the best thing I ever did.
Tsubasa knelt. From his pocket, he drew a ring box, the padlock keychain tied around it with a red ribbon.
You locked my heart years ago. Will you keep the key forever?
Yes, 1,000 times. I've had the key since the night I gave it to you.
He slipped the ring onto her finger. The padlock dangled between them, catching the dim light like a promise fulfilled. They embraced in the very doorway that had once divided them. Now it framed their future. The wedding was small, a garden beneath cherry blossoms, only the closest friends and the teacher who never was. Mayu's bouquet was tied with a white ribbon. A tiny silver padlock charm nestled among the petals. Tsubasa's cufflinks were miniature padlocks, polished brass that caught the sun as he straightened his jacket.
I once thought you had locked me away, but you gave me the key to a life I never imagined.
And you taught me that even the darkest rooms can become the brightest doors. I'll keep your heart unlocked forever.
They exchanged rings, and when they kissed, the guests rose in applause, a soft rain of petals falling. Later, in the golden hour, they posed for photos. Mayu's purse had the old padlock keychain dangling against her dress.
You still carry that thing? After all these years?
It's the first gift I ever gave you. Now it's our good luck charm.
And so, beneath the falling petals, the boy who was locked in and the girl who held the key became something eternal. 20 years had passed like a quiet melody. One sunny morning, 8-year-old Riku was exploring a forgotten drawer in the living room.
Mama, Papa, what's this?
In the kitchen, Tsubasa paused mid-stir. Mayu's eyes met his, a private smile flickering between them.
That is how I got your father to listen. 20 years ago, he wouldn't hear a word I said.
So she locked me in a gym storage closet until I promised to take her seriously. Best decision I ever made.
You locked him in a closet? Like a prisoner?
Only for a few minutes. But he forgave me. And we've been unlocking doors together ever since.
Riku looked down at the old keychain, its brass worn smooth, then back at his parents' faces, full of something he couldn't quite name.
Can I keep it? I like stories about us.
Mayu and Tsubasa exchanged another glance. then nodded. The padlock passed to the next generation, its story just beginning again. They gathered around the kitchen table, the old padlock keychain lying between them like a relic from a beloved fairy tale.
You really locked him in a closet just to talk?
It worked, didn't it? He finally listened, and I never had to do it again.
And I am still here, aren't I? Some traps turn out to be the best things that ever happened to you.
Riku's laughter bubbled up, bright and uncomplicated, filling the kitchen like morning light.
I am glad you didn't run away, Papa. That would be a sad story.
Me too, kiddo. Now, who wants pancakes?
The keychain remained on the table, its brass worn soft by years of handling, a silent testament.
It was never about the lock. It was about the key you gave me afterwards.
And the sun set beyond the kitchen window, the padlock catching the last golden light, as a family built on a locked door settled into the quiet joy of an ordinary evening. Later, with the house hushed and the moon climbing, Tsubasa wrapped an arm around Mayu on the sofa.
Best thing that ever happened to me was getting locked in a gym storage.
She leaned into his shoulder, a contented sigh escaping her.
You really mean that, don't you? Even after all these years.
Every day. That lock was the key to everything we have now.
I am glad I was brave enough to be crazy that night.
They sat in silence, the padlock keychain resting on the windowsill, where a breeze toyed with the curtain. Moonlight pooled around it, turning the worn brass into a quiet star. And in the stillness, the house felt full, not with locks, but with keys. The padlock that once held him captive now held their story, weightless as light,